right, Mize, arguably the biggest news of the offseason just happened this week. The Green Bay Packers have traded superstar wide receiver Davante Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, the Packers are going to get a first and second round pick in this year's draft for the receiver Davante Adams, as Davante Adams is now a Las Vegas Raider. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, Nick, first of all, good on us for listing this as one of the high-profile potential landing spots of Adams. It was like one of two places we thought he would go. And that reason, former teammate and one of his best friends, Derek Carr from Fresno State, is the quarterback of the Raiders. And I think this is a big thing. Raiders fans should be happy. Davante really seems like he wants to be a Raider. You know, he is like from the West Coast, so moving more towards the West Coast. He's from California, but Las Vegas, real close to the West Coast. It's got to be feeling like a hometown reunion for him, more so than Wisconsin. You know, that Wisconsin's crazy cold, not the weather he's used to. But not only that, he bought a home in Las Vegas already, right next door to his now quarterback, his old teammate, his friend Derek Carr. He's bought a house next door to him. On top of that, Green Bay reportedly offered Adams as much or more money than the Raiders offered him. And Adams said, thanks, but no thanks. It's been my lifelong dream to play for the Raiders. And I don't care if they offered me less money. I gotta go. I gotta go to the Raiders. So you have to feel real good if you're a Raiders fan. It seems like you have a culture after so much tumultuous stuff going on in the this past season, coaching changes, players getting in trouble. This is a good spotlight for the Raiders, and you got to feel good as a Raiders fan. This is a bright spot for your team.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with bringing in head coach Josh McDaniels. And to give a reason of why I think this is a special move on the field as well for the Raiders is McDaniels obviously is from New England. His second year as offensive coordinator for the Patriots was 2007. That was obviously a magical year for the Patriots. People forget, before Tom Brady in 2007 had the big year he did when he threw 50 touchdowns, the mood around Brady was that he was a game manager, that he was a clutch player, big-time playoff performer, but he wasn't a big stats guy, was not a prolific quarterback. So the Patriots bring in Wes Welker, they bring in Randy Moss, and with offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, Brady and that team explodes. They set the record or came very close to it, scored more than 550 points during the NFL season that year, went undefeated. Josh McDaniels is trying to replicate that right now in Vegas. He already had his Wes Welker, right? Hunter Renfrow, a slot wide receiver to move the chains on third down. He just got his Randy Moss to pair with his quarterback. He just got Davante Adams, which is that level of receiver. Adams probably is the best receiver in football and maybe one of the best players. You remember when they played Baltimore, they put two guys on him the entire game. That's the kind of respect that Adams gets, and he's going to get that with the Raiders in Vegas. And McDaniels, unlike Green Bay, McDaniels is going to find ways to use him more effectively, and he's going to be a dynamic playmaker. And we're going to see Derek Carr pairing with his old teammate Davante Adams take huge steps this season. This is gearing up to be a breakout year for Carr and a breakout year for the Raiders.
And I'll go as far to say, Nick, I'm going to go ahead right now and say Derek Carr is on MVP watch for this coming season. And here's my reason why. This is something we've been saying a while now. Just like Josh Allen and Dawson Knox, just like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, if you give a quarterback someone he played with in college who he has chemistry, no matter how far out it is, I'm saying there's still got to be chemistry between Adams and Carr. They seem to get along really well. Obviously, they live next door to each other. If this is how it's going to be, McDaniels is doing something right, and I think Carr to Adams is going to be bigger than anyone could even imagine this season. So that is what I would have you watch out for.
Yeah, this is going to be just a statistical monster year for the team. The AFC West is just going to be a bloodbath, for teams battling it out with all the talent in that division. But the Raiders have made themselves big moves. And people forget, they were a playoff team last year who came this close to beating the AFC Championship Bengals in the first round. This is a talented team that just got a lot better. It's going to be a great year for Las Vegas. Can't wait to see how it turns out.